Shawn Porter show, baby.
What time is it?
All right. Let's be serious, okay? We have the champion, and he deserves some media questions first, and then you can cheer him all you want.
If you have a question, please raise your hand for the mic.
What time is it?
Congratulations, Chuck. Yes. Congratulations. Great fight. Really enjoyed it. My question is, who's next for you, reality-wise? Did you have anybody in mind when you're going to be going on vacation for a week or two?
Well, you know what? I know how this thing works, so I know that Errol Spence got in the ring. He said he wanted to fight me in front of the world. And I politely accepted that challenge, not only because he stepped in the ring and said it, but because that's what I really want. I think that I've been in the ring with Keith. I just beat Danny. I think Errol's the next guy for me. The part that you all hate, that I didn't say in the ring because I know better than that, is that there's going to be some business that needs to play out. But I assure you, it won't be because of Errol Spence if this fight is not next for me, and it would not be because of me if my next fight is not against Errol Spence. So I think at this point, man, we just got to be patient and make sure that that's what everybody wants. And that's the way it goes. I know the WBC has some things in mind for me, and we'll see what happens.
Right here.
Shawn, how concerned were you when it went to the cards? You've been on the wrong end of this before, obviously, in this building.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts before the scores were read?
It was tough. I was in the building when Keith Thurman won a split decision against Danny Garcia, and no offense to Danny, but I didn't see the fight that way. I thought that the fight was a little bit more lopsided for Keith. Coming back to the corner after rounds, my dad gives me the real. And there were times I came back and he said, we gotta push harder. There were times I came back and he said, you won that round. So throughout the fight, we knew that we had a hold of the fight, but my dad wasn't 100% sure, especially like you said, given what's quote unquote happened to me before, and then also, we've seen Danny, the outcomes of Danny fights as well, So when I heard unanimous decision, I just wanted my name. I just wanted to hear my name. And the moment I heard my name was just so surreal for me. It was like, wow. Appreciate you taking me back there.
Hey, Shawn, right here.
Thanks, little thing.
Congratulations on the victory. I know how much this one means to you, and I wonder if there's any way that you can differentiate which was a bigger, winning your first title, and I know what the long road has been to try to get back there, the loss to Keith. Which one is sweeter? Was it getting that first one, or is it this one?
I think it's this one.
And if you could say why?
I'm not exactly sure why, to be honest with you. And I knew what we were going for when we fought for the IBF. I knew that we were fighting Devin Alexander, a great fighter, when we fought, and I knew I was going to dominate him, and I knew that I was going to win that title. And I think this time it was more so. It wasn't that I didn't know, but it was more so that I just really, really wanted it. And I think it just makes this one a little bit more sweeter for me.
And one other thing, you mentioned that you know that there's probably some business that has to get done. WBC's going to order a mandatory most likely.
I bet you guys hate that word, business. Huh?
No, I get it. I've done this long enough to understand how it works. And I think that Errol Spence has talked about the Garcia fight potentially at the end of this year, next year. In your mind, knowing the business that it will have to take place and the possibility of him fighting another significant fight also, when do you think that it's realistic? It seems to me that maybe in the spring.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure. I know that I don't think him getting in the ring was for show, and I know that, again, the words that we exchanged in the ring was not for show, so I really don't know. Like I said, I know the WBC has some plans, and we'll see if they're willing to, go a different route.
Shawn, Danny landed his share of clean shots, and I copied a few times, but do you feel that that sort of just prompted you to step up your work rate. You threw almost 300 more punches than he did in this fight. You 270.
Hey.
Do you feel like that was the difference tonight?
We knew coming to the ring that the work rate had to be high, and we knew that it's not something that I have to force. You know, we come to the ring ready to work hard and ready to work through an entire round. You know, so I didn't expect to throw 270 more punches than him, but I expected my, punch output to be higher than his, and we expected that to play a part in the scorecards. So I think it was a lot of bit of the hard work throughout the rounds, and then also great body work, and then, clean jabs as well. And I still got to keep a level head because I could have mixed it up more. There were times where I went to the body so much that when I threw a jab, I landed it clean. It was because he was looking for me to go back to the body. And, I got to keep stuff like that in my head, keep mixing it up, So I think ultimately it was, 270 more punches than someone else. And, I'm sure that, punches connected were about, we could have been close to even, but I may have been, a little higher than him as well. So was I a little higher than him? Just slightly. Yeah, it was a good fight. It really was.
Shawn,
Right here.
considering how close
What's up, man?
was up, buddy.
Hang on. Go ahead.
Considering how close your fight with Keith was,
Yeah.
and the fact that you now beat Danny and he had a close fight with Danny,
Yeah.
how would you rank? Where does this put you? How do you rank the top 5 guys in the division?
I'm the new champion. Errol, Shawn Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Terrence Crawford.
Okay, so can you explain just a little bit why you rank it that way? Is it substance?
I think I'm speaking on who's been active at 47, who has been dominant at 47, and who's champions at 47.
Why do you have Crawford?
Why do I have Crawford so high? Because he's just getting there. Yeah.
And the other question, do you have any idea what the WBC might have in mind in terms of an opponent? Kenny?
They got me.
You know Errol Spence. Errol Spence. If anybody decides to do anything other than that, that's not in our control, but we want to fight Errol Spence. I don't want to see Shawn fight till he's 40 years old. I want Shawn to fight the prime guys now while he's in his prime. Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, Errol Spence, Bud Crawford. Great fighters, should make each other great. Let's fight.
Shawn, were you pleased with how you started the fight, and what was your sense of how the first 3 rounds went?
I was pleased with how I started the fight. I wanted to come in, be patient, and work the game plan that we've been working. Move around the ring and use the jab from the outside and boxing from the outside. Get him to come to me, which we thought would be a really good asset for us. And I think a majority of the punches that he threw coming towards me, I was able to make him miss. That was something we knew we would be able to do. So I thought the first, honestly, I didn't score the fight during the fight in my head, but I remember being pretty comfortable for the most part throughout the whole fight.
He landed some big shots in the 3rd round. Were you ever hurt?
No. He did a good job though.
What's the thought process behind the style change up? Like you weren't your normal self. You didn't like bull rush. You decided to box early in the fight. He did a good job of clinching. He didn't hold. He did a good job of clinching. But I could tell that was a part of their game plan was to try to catch me coming in, and if I got too close, just clinch him and stop him from punching was I could tell was a big part of their game plan. So we were trying to play the head game, come in and, use the great jab from the outside and use feints, set it all up, So it's just up to me to stay with the game plan. It's up to me to stay focused on what's being asked of me in the corner and do it. And I would say scale of 1 to 10, I was about 7 or 8 doing that tonight.
Shawn, you were really animated in there tonight. You were doing a lot of talking in the ring.
Yeah.
You care to share what you two were talking about? You seem like you were really engaged in this and really.
I've been saying this for a little while, man. I really wanted to stay in tune with everything that was going on with winning this WBC title, whether it was a press conference, whether it was photo shoot, whatever it was. I just really wanted to enjoy everything. So when I got in the ring tonight, I wanted to be relaxed. Today, believe it or not, I was gloved up for about an hour, it's about 2 hours tonight. And it was like, I told them, I looked at them, I said, they got us back here like we a swing bar or something like that. They wanted us ready early, and we stayed ready. There were points where we had to sit down and just watch an entire 12-round fight and, continue to try to stay focused to do our thing. So I say, you know what? No matter what's going on, nothing else matters but winning this belt. So when I came out, I wanted to be the same way. I wanted to be relaxed. I wanted to, hear my corner, hear what's going on in the fight, and really feel it out. I made him miss some big shots, and I wanted him to know that he missed those big shots and he couldn't hit me. Try to get him out of his game. I think if you guys go back and take a look at this fight, you see points where my hands are up, his hands are up. I put my hands down, he puts his hands down. And that's a part of manipulating somebody and getting them to do what you want them to do. I don't mean that disrespect.
Hey, Shawn, the 10th round was probably the best 2-8
I think
action
so.
round.
Yeah.
And did you maybe have a sense that he thought that the momentum had shifted and, he had to do something big, and that was around that, like, he threw everything that he had at you and you threw it right back at him?
We were, my dad had been asking me to put my foot on the gas pedal probably from about round 8. And we talked a little bit about that in the back, but I assure you, he won't have to ask me that many times to do that. We were coming back after the 8th round. He's saying, hey man, put your foot on this gas pedal, back him up, stay to his body, and keep backing him up. And that was something that we wanted to do a little bit later on in the fight. So still some adjustments that need to be made, but like you said, that 10th round was a big round. We knew he could not punch me. Faster hands than I expected. And I expected the hustle that he had, body all the way up to the head. But I think we did a good job of just defending him and sticking in our good body shots as well.
Congratulations, Shawn. We spoke before the fight about your relationship with your father and the way that he's able to motivate you as not just a father, but also as a trainer. I know you just mentioned some of the things that he said to you while the fight was going on, especially the game plan to put the pedal to the metal in the second half of the fight. But both of you guys can answer this. What did you guys see getting up to that point where you were at in the fight? What were some of the things, Mr. Porter, that you said to your son that really could push him and motivate him more than any other trainer would be able to if he...
I'll go first. I think that he saw that my punch output should have been higher. He saw that I wasn't quite as aggressive as he would expect me to be throughout the fight, and I think that he wanted me to be more aggressive in the back end of the fight. I think that was ultimately why he was saying, put your foot on the gas pedal, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. And in a lot of ways kind of begged me in round 10, 11, and 12 to really go after it. I tried to do my best to do that.
Do you feel that the way you responded in doing so and that actually helped you win the fight clearly?
I do.
Would somebody else be able to?
Yeah.
That's because it's your pop and you have that kind of...
No. He looked me in the eyes, man, and Barry as well. He said, you said you want this. You got to go get this. You got to fight. My dad, you got to fight this, man. They were just putting a sense of urgency into me, into my mind, to really go out there and go after what I want.
Congratulations, WBC champ.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Was there any time in the fight that
you won your bet?
Absolutely. That's right. Was there any time in the fight that you felt that you hurt him? Any kind of indication that you hurt him in the body?
I thought there was definitely one time I hit him. It was
to the body.
It was to the body for sure, but there was one head shot, and I think I said woo or something like that, and I kind of went after him. I thought I might have got in a good shot. And he got up on me, and clinched me a little bit. And he said, "Nope, that ain't it." I'm like, let's get back to it.
What about in the clinches? Did you feel like he was strong in the clinch, and maybe you couldn't?
There was one time we were on the rope. He had me on the ropes, and we were kind of clinched, and then he pushed off. And when he pushed off, I kind of was like, "Oh, all right, you got some, you got some strength."
So do you think the ref should have warned him maybe because there was multiple clinches?
No.
What's the difference between a clinch and a hold? He was holding him.
This, he did really good. He got close to me, kind of hold / clinch, and then he did what he needed to do to make it so that it wasn't a hold.
Right.
And I
Which was
respect.
smart.
Yeah, I respect him for that. I think he did a good job of that, and I think best thing I could have did in that situation was let my hands go a little bit more on the way in, and then not stand there and allow that to happen.
2 more questions, guys.
Yes, sir.
Shawn, congratulations on the victory.
Better be a good one. 2 more.
What was? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
What was the idea behind boxing and staying on the outside early, as opposed to coming forward?
Again, it was just to make him miss. It was to make everyone in the crowd and the judges especially see that he couldn't hit me, and I could box and hit him from the outside. I think it's easier to score a fight from the outside than it is to score a fight when guys on the ropes. I'm no rookie to this. I understand if I'm on this side of the ropes, the judge that's to my back, he can't see what I'm doing. She can't see what I'm doing. And I know it goes the same way for every corner and every rope. So it's a smart tactic to try your best to beat a guy from the outside and work your way in. And I think that was what we were going for this fight.
You don't usually fight like that.
Hey, you saw the night, didn't you?
Now, Shawn, you said on Thursday that you wanted this belt. This is like you really needed this. This is like the top of the top for you.
Yeah.
You also said you was going to take his nuts. Did you take his nuts?
You brought that back. I went out there.
In a sense that you really went out there.
I think especially in the later rounds, I went out there and just really deal with my corner ads. My corner said, "Go get that belt.
Yeah, that's
go
what I mean.
go do what you got to do." And I think I pretty much accomplished what we were trying to do in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shawn.
Yeah. Thank you.
I want to thank Barry Hunter and Howard Chernoff. And people would think that we just got together, this was some master plan on my own. No. I first went up against Barry when Shawn was 9 years old, against super tough, what's his last name? Keon Davis, super tough kid that I was just amazed that he could fight that damn good. And I started working with Shawn. So